Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Lewin's three-stage change model. Lewin's three-stage model is basically about the key activities of the change management. Lewin, a social scientist and a physicist, during early 1950s propounded a simple framework for understanding the process of organizational change known as the three-stage theory, which he referred as unfreezing, change or transition, and freeze or refreezing. Kurt Lewin's three-stage models or the planned approach to organizational is one of the cornerstone models which is relevant in today's present scenario also. According to Lewin, change for any individual or an organization is a complicated journey which may not be very simple and mostly involves several stages of transitions or misunderstandings before attaining the stage of equilibrium or stability. The first stage, which is known as the unfreezing or freezing unfreeze, Lewin identifies human behavior with respect to the change as a quasi-stationary equilibrium state. This state is a mindset, a mental and physical capacity that can be almost absolutely reached, but it is initially situated so that the mind can evolve without actually attaining that capacity. For example, a contagious disease can spread rapidly in a population and resist initial measures to contain the escalation. Eventually, through medical advancement, the disease can be treated and virtually disappear from the population. Lewin argues that change follows similar resistance, but group forces prevent individuals from embracing this change. Therefore, we must agitate the equilibrium state in order to instigate a behavior that is open to change. In this way, we try to understand the need and the equilibrium of the changes. After the unfreezing stage, we move on to the second stage, which is known as the change or the transition stage. Once we have unfrozen the status quo, we may begin to implement our change. Organizational change, in particular, is notoriously complex, so executing a well planned change process doesn't guarantee predictable results. Therefore, we must prepare a variety of change options from the planned change process to trial and error. With each attempt at change, examined what worked, what didn't work, which parts were resistant, and different other possible trial and error. During this evaluation process, there are two important drivers of successful and long-term effectiveness of the change implementation process, which are information flow and leadership. There should be a good flow or a constant flow of proper information and correct information to all the branches, and the leaders who are going to implement these changes should have the good leadership qualities. According to Lewin, a change left without adequate reinforcement may be short lived and therefore fail to meet the objectives of a change process. Once the changing process has been initiated and attained stability, then we move on to the third stage, which is known as refreezing. The purpose of the final stage refreezing is to sustain the change we have enacted. The goal is for the people involved to consider this new stage as the new status quo, so that we no longer resist the forces that are trying to implement the change. The group norms, activities, strategies, and processes are transformed for the new stage. Without appropriate steps that sustain and reinforce the change, the previously dominant behavior tends to reassert itself. We will need to consider both formal and informal mechanisms to implement and freeze these changes. Lewin's three-stage model of change provides an intuitive and fundamental understandings of how changes occur in context of the social behavior observed at an individual and collective level within a group. This is a virtual reminder when modern day change management frameworks are not working for the specific use cases and business needs, considering these fundamentals of understanding the social behavior in light of the changes. Today, this much only. Thank you.